See, if you can't believe what you say, what makes you think people are going to believe what you say? See, increase is not an accident. It's an association. Jesus was poor. When? Come on, any theologian, I challenge you. When was he poor? You know anything about history, Hebrew history? Why did Mary and Joseph have to go pay taxes? Most people didn't. Do you know in the whole city of Rome, there was only 3,000 Roman citizens. Everybody else was slaves? People that had substance paid taxes. Jesus wouldn't have been born in a stable. He'd have born in a hotel. But he couldn't get in the inn. I was in New York one time, and they wouldn't let me in my room. I said, your ancestors come from Bethlehem. She just looked at me. I said, I can't get in my room, and Jesus couldn't get in his, for God's sake. Who do you think paid for the trip to Egypt? Jesus. You understand what I'm saying? God just trying to be a blessing. They gambled for his clothes. You don't gamble for rags. You gamble to get something better than what you got. And the man that had the revelation was that centurion. Oh, this must be the Son of God. See, you as a receiver must have clear assurance of what God says about you. How many times I went before the throne? Lord, what do you think about me? I'll tell you exactly what I think about you. And he brings great strength in your life. He said, I got your back. Now go. And I mean, I've been down in 3 airplane crashes, ladies and gentlemen. That'll make a Baptist speak in tongues. But you think I'm going to spend the last few seconds of my life screaming like a fool? Oh, I'm going to die. No, if I'm about to go down to the next 30 seconds, I say, I'm going to tell you it's been a great life. In just a minute, I'm going to see you personally. Hang on, here I come. And the devil goes, he ain't doing nothing. So I bought a plane that I know it's maintenance and it's done right. Where God bestows favor, he continues it. When is it going to run out? Never will. Come on, should I say that, Lord? It's going to sound so arrogant. Let me tell you something. Your money in America is covered in the bank for $250,000. Then you can do a second account. Jonathan, you could do a Jonathan Shuttlesworth, $1, and that's 500,000 if you had 250,000 fee. And then you can do a Jonathan and $1, that's 7. So 7, after that, if the government goes down, you got problems, right? Yeah. So then you have to, me and Kathy have to look for other banks. We've exhausted everything in New Orleans. I know you think I'm arrogant. No. And let me tell you something about banks. If you want to get money from a bank, don't walk in there and say, well, I'm so glad that you lent me the money. No, man, they ain't got no money. They lending money, other people's money. You walk in there and say, hey, I come here for you to make some money. You want to make some money? Talk to that vice president. You want to make some money? Yeah. Well, this is what I need, and you can charge me the interest, and watch what will happen. They go. Because people are so, thank you. Excuse me. I had the vice president of J.P. Morgan Chase. Every time he sees me, he wanted to take me out to lunch. I said, why are you doing that? He said, well, you're one of our biggest depositors, and you're a man of substance. I said, I've been coming here 30 years. You ain't never asked me to go to lunch then? Give me a teapot if I open up a checking account. Y'all remember that? A teapot or a coffee pot, Why? He said, well, you weren't a man of substance. And I said, excuse me, it was in me. You just couldn't see it. See, all you see is my possession. That's nothing compared to what's inside of me. And what's inside of you. See, that's increased by association. Which means this is going to make somebody mad. If Jesus gets blessed, Jesse gets blessed. If the Father blesses Jesus, I get blessed because I have an association with Jesus. Just like Peter had an association, and Peter's partners had an association with Peter, and it's just going down the line. See, God's past is our pledge for the future. What is God's past? What did he say? I bless you in the city, in the field, going in, going out. Now, how many of you have been watching me for years? Oh, you had a lot of you. Now, I've said this here before. Have you ever saw me sad, sick, depressed, discouraged, broke, despondent? People are mad at me right now for saying that. Why? I didn't have time. I don't have time for foolishness. I told the devil, you mess with my money, I'll break you down. I learned that from Kathy. Kathy said, Jesse, my job is to bankrupt the devil. I said, that's better than bankrupting me. Go ahead, mama, bankrupt him. And she has, buddy. See, you can get too expensive to be messed with. I preached a sermon. I'd love to preach it here. Quit believing for the things you don't want. See, when you step out by faith, now people are going, now, you know. Doctors do it all the time. You got cancer, and all of a sudden, stage 4, they check your whole body out. Not one cancer cell. Watch this. Watch how they do that. He said, oh, it's exciting. But you know it could come back. Why did he say that? He's trying to get you to believe for something you don't want. Wow. I don't believe for things I don't want. That's a sermon I just preached. It's a powerful, I don't want that. No, thank you. And I don't let doctors tell me that. Kathy was